it's a wonderful time in the raising of your kids, and I guess the thought of just making some kind of contribution to other parents who are going through that period of time with their kids was attractive to me.
Even when you screw it up, it means a lot. You know, and not just in the guilt and the remorse, but the successes that you have.
If it's about balancing being a father, being a daddy with, you know, with anything else, be it music or your business or your ambition and all that, I'm terrible at it. I lost that battle a long time ago. I'm a daddy.
There's no bigger job than being a parent, and you know, sometimes I do a really good job at that, and sometimes I don't. But it attracted me because of me having kids, and there again, I felt like it would be a neat gift to give them. That years later, you know, when I'm a grandfather, and you know, I can set their children on my knee and play them this project and let them know that there's a little piece of them there too.
The artists are showing a side of themselves that and a vulnerability that is not there in most of their other recordings. Hearing Michael McDonald sing this song, When Scarlet Smiles, Scarlet's his daughter, we all know and love Michael McDonald's voice, but when he's singing about his own kid, and a song that he wrote about his own kid, especially for this project, there's just another level there. It's another emotion.
Do I cry for this precious little while that we have? When scarlet smiles.
It kind of came from a moment, you know, all those songs kind of are about a moment in time that you share with your kids that no one else will ever know, but you hope that the song has a kind of universal meaning that all parents can relate to. I was laying in the back of my pickup truck with my daughter when she was really little, just kind of out in this open pasture looking at the moon. It was a full moon, and it was early evening, and the moon was up, and the clouds were kind of moving very quickly across in front of the moon, and it was just beautiful to see. We were waiting for the Christmas lights to come on at our house, and my daughter was sitting there. She was all bundled up, and we were watching looking at the moon, and she made the comment that she got kind of alarmed that it looked like the moon was sailing away. The moon was going to, you know, it looked like the moon was moving. It was actually the clouds moving across the moon, you know. And I remember thinking how cute that was, and how funny it is how kids see things and perceive things, and you know. And I never forgot that. And I remember in that moment getting kind of sad, thinking, you know, that I'll remember this probably when I'm an old man, and that it's just so fleeting, this time we have with them when they're little, and the world is just one kind of miracle happening after another, you know, or one kind of wonderment after another, and it's gone all too soon, you know.
I think it's rare in creating music projects that something can resonate with such a deep, individual yet universal feeling of what it's like to be a parent. And I think the opportunity for these men who are fathers to connect with that and to share that side of themselves with their fans, and maybe people who aren't fans of their music, people that'll be hearing their music for the first time. I think it just feels good. It's just on a real gut, innate level.
You know, one of the reasons why our last record, the first Golden Slumbers, did really well was because whether you were a father or you just loved the songs, or whether you were a mother or a kid, there was just beauty in a universal listening experience from start to finish on that record. And I think we've even gotten to another level on this project because we've introduced words, lyrics. And when people hear lyrics, especially lyrics that you wouldn't expect to be about celebrating the love between a father and a child, the surprises, the unexpected ones.
We decided to use a song that we actually wrote during a period when we lost a child. We lost a son who was born premature in like the 7th month and only lived for 3 days. So it was very, very difficult for us. And I felt like it would be great if we kind of brought that bit of reality, kind of balance to the project. And I have to, fast forward and say that I can look back at that period of my life and say that many of the convictions, many of the hard lessons that now I benefit from, the things that make me who I am, so the well-rounded me, those are things really that I could say have a direct relationship to that painful period in my life, having lost a son.
You're a part of me. You're a part of.
The album is called A Father's Love, and I think the title, as simple as it is, it says it all.
And it's not all, squeaky clean. It's not all sugar-coated. It's great to be a father. There's some songs here represented that are a little bit different side, different perspective. There's one song that Loudon Wainwright sings that's just such a great, different perspective on what it's like to be a father.
Right now I'm working on trying to bridge gaps between my older kids, and they're grown-ups, they're young adults, not even that young adults. And, so when you have a success in something like that, it feels great. As far as a through line goes with being a father, I mean, it's really a question of hours. I've realized now that, when I was a young man and had young kids, and I was on the road all the time and away, that's also not a great thing. It's important to be around, certainly, as much as possible. And it's hard to make up for lost time.
That's my daughter in the water. Everything she owns, I bought her. Everything she owns.
You've got a country song, and you've got a folk song, and you've got an R&B, and you've got a traditional R&B, and you've got a pop, and you've got the rock, and it's all there living on one album. So many different perspectives talking about love of their children.
Well, I hope that that it'll be a big blessing for other families, for fathers in particular, that it gives them, it's a vehicle, so to speak, for them to kind of bridge a gap between them and their children.
I hope and wish is that fathers get inspired and want to be with their kids and want to hang out and just be.
If this provides people with a moment with their kids that they wouldn't otherwise have, then I think it's a wonderful thing, and I'm glad to be part of that.
If you really want to hear somebody at their finest, listen when they're playing what they believe. And so you could tell when Dave and the guys were describing this project that this was going to be good, and sure enough, people latched onto it right away.
It's an honor. It gives me an opportunity to do something that I can't do every day, and that's to send a message to all of my children and my children's children, and those that are far off. It becomes part of my legacy. It becomes part of something that I will not be able to control 50 years from now. The same message will carry on, it will go on, and somewhere in life, someone will be touched by it, someone will be connected by it, some life will turn around, and someone will realize that life is just a matter of time.
Because life is just a matter of time. Keep me in your soul, never let our love grow cold. Keep our memories deep inside, but never ever grow old. And the love we learn to share, and the things we learn to care about, knowing life is just a matter of time.